What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video, and today we are unboxing and telling you all about the specs of the ZTE or Axon or Nubia, whatever company they're calling themselves nowadays, their latest and greatest Z60 Ultra. So I didn't want to go through the whole rigmarole of just opening a box for you, so I've done it already. There's a phone. There's a USB-C to USB Type-C charging cable. There is a charger included in the box. However, even though this is a global version, it's a European adapter, or maybe even American. You can tell me in the comments. I think the little round ones are European. Might be wrong. But anyway, I digress. Nubia do include a adapter in the box. I now have, I counted yesterday when I was doing my desk setup. Yes, I am recording this on my new desk setup. I'll insert some B-roll here. But yeah, I counted yesterday and I've got 19 of these little adapter things. I have an addiction. And then quite possibly one of the worst included cases I have ever seen, but it is an included case, so I am not going to berate Nubia too much because we know other brands that don't include anything. So that's what you get in the box. Now, the phone itself. I've set it all up, so don't worry, you're going to see some of how the phone looks in the screen. But I do want to talk about the rear and the sides and the screen. First of all, we have a triple camera setup. You guys know I love cameras. The zoom lens on here is pretty damn good. It's a 3.3 times optical zoom at 64 megapixels. I've done some light testing. Again, I'll insert some B-roll. The zoom's pretty damn good. And you'll see in the camera settings, it's not a 1, 2, 3, 5x zoom. They do it by camera. So millimeters, so there's like a 26, a 28, a 35 millimeter, an 85 millimeter. It's pretty cool. There's a 50 megapixel main and a 50 megapixel ultra wide as well. And again, I'll insert some photos now. I personally think these look pretty damn good. It's a ring LED flash as well on here, which helps for night shots. And yeah, very, very squared off aluminium or aluminum, depending where you're watching, design. Now, on the right hand side of the phone, yes, the right hand side of the phone, this is kind of where the magic happens. There's a slider that is customizable. So this slider will automatically open. As you can see, there's a camera, and I may as well show you. Like I was talking about, you've got your little focal lengths in millimeters, which is, yeah, and it gives you a little pointer as well. So yeah, really like that. Anyway, the slider on the side will open and close the camera. Super, super, super convenient. I've not dug deep into the specs, but I do know that you can customize this, so you can kind of make it anything you want. If you want, you just use your volume. I've kept it as camera because you guys know I love to take photos. Now, this red accented button is your power on and off. Hold down for Google Assistant. As mentioned, this is a global ROM. I just want to show you here. Global. Everything Google works perfectly, so don't let the foreign adapter put you off. Now, finishing off the right hand side of the phone, volume rocker, up and down. 5G antenna bands on the sides. Now at the top, IR blaster and speaker. On the left hand side of the device, nothing apart from some antenna bands, and on the bottom, another speaker, because it is dual speaker, your SIM ejection tray, microphone, and USB-C 3.1 OTG here as well. The charger can get the phone wired charged to 80 watts. However, that comes to one of the drawbacks of this Nubia phone. No wireless charging. We're going to talk about price. So yeah, really it's just wireless charging that seems to be lacking for me on my first 24 hours of using it. But with 80 watts wired, with the charger included in the box, you're going to get this phone from dead to 100% in about 35 to 40 minutes. More than acceptable in my opinion. Now, for the main event, we have to discuss this screen. This is an uninterrupted, yes, you heard me correct, an uninterrupted 6.8-inch display. Now, the reason it's uninterrupted, as you can see here at the top, no camera cutout. It's an under-display camera, but that does cause issues. I'll show you live in person. It is not the best. I mean, that looks pretty damn poor. If we switch this over to video, take a little video. Yeah, so this is the front facing. One thing I will say, let me just turn that off, come out of there. One thing I will say is I had the Axon ZT Z40 Ultra and even a Z30, and those were really, really trash. I mean, unusably bad. But with this one, while they're still bad compared to like usual non-glass interrupted selfie cameras, I've got to say it's passable. You could take a video call on this. You could maybe take a selfie at a push. But I like what they're trying to do. Nubia are trying to innovate, and we will never shoot people down for trying that. Now, continuing on with the display, as mentioned, 6.8-inch AMOLED, 1 billion colours, 120Hz, HDR10+. Not the brightest panel that you're going to get nowadays, but still 1500 nits plus. So, I mean, again, you're not going to struggle outdoors. And then resolution-wise, you're looking at about 400 ppi. So it's a Full HD plus display, not Quad HD. To me, this looks great. Sharp, punchy. The 120Hz is obviously super quick. So screen-wise, super impressed. Now, internally, and this is where the value for money, in my opinion, comes in. Internally on this device, you have a Snapdragon 8 Generation 3 chip. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Snapdragon, Qualcomm have overtaken Apple when it comes to the best chip in the world, in my opinion. And the 8 Gen 3 is just mind-blowing. Couple that with Android 14, with macOS 14 skin out the box, and the Adreno 750 GPU, you have an absolute powerhouse. This phone is, honestly, I'm not even joking, basically a flagship smartphone, a flagship gaming phone, and a flagship camera all in one. Seriously, Nubia, you may be aware, they make the Red Magic series of phones. So the Red Magic 9 Pro has just come out. Folks, that's this. It's this exact device, but with a fan to help with cooling. But trust me, the efficiency of the 8 Gen 3 chip, the fan's not a full gimmick, but it's kind of erring on gimmicky side, because the efficiency of this chip and the GPU is just phenomenal. So you're getting a Red Magic 9 Pro spec phone with, as mentioned, flagship cameras. That's one thing you will not get on the Red Magic 9 Pro, is the flagship camera setup. So for me, it's an absolute steal when you consider this is under £700, euros, or dollars. Yes, you heard me correct. 700 or less. Absolute game changer in my opinion. And it seems like this is just the way things have gone. I've recently reviewed the Realme GT5 Pro, the Redmi K70 Pro, and the specs that they produced for £500 were unbelievable. Well, to me, Nubia are taking it one step further. If I had to compare the camera setup on the GT5 Pro, which I believe was slightly better than the K70 Pro, I would actually put the Nubia above that. So you're paying a bit extra for it, but again, folks, let me just show you the screen. It is uninterrupted. And just while I've got it here, if I bring up the settings, Nubia, don't mess around too much. macOS skin is not quite stock Android, but absolutely intuitive. You've got all the usual menu and options. You've got a game mode, you've got privacy space, all the customization you could want. You can go locked at 60 hertz. I don't know why you'd want to do that. I've locked mine at 120 hertz. Yeah, just an absolutely incredible device for the cost. Different format of video. If you've been like this little unboxing spec talk through, let me know in the comments. If you've got any questions on the device, let me know. As promised, I will be doing a full review and probably camera comparison on this phone soon. And also, as mentioned, the desk setup is now complete, so I will be dropping videos on the Secret Labs Magnus Pro desk, the Govee Y-Lights, the BenQ Halo TV monitor light, which is just amazing, and the Logitech Master MS3 mouse. Yeah, it's been a busy few days in Average Dad Studios / spare bedroom. So, smash subscribe, smash like, share the video, and until next time,